It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
And welcome to the Sam Lesante Show. Let me ask you a question. You know, there are so many of us who have worked all our lives, and you raised your children, you paid your bills, and then it's time for you to relax a little bit. Well, it's called being a senior. What do you do when you get old? What do you do when you're a senior, especially if you're active? Well, today we're going to talk about a center, one of 17 in Luzerne County, and it's called the Hazleton Active Adult Center. What does this center do for all of our seniors? You're going to be surprised, my friends, what seniors can do and enjoy themselves in life. This place is fantastic. Membership is minimal. And you're going to understand why the state of Pennsylvania gives grants out to support our seniors. Sometimes you don't have money to travel. Sometimes you don't know what to do during the day. When you see what happens here, you're going to understand why it's so valuable for our area. So let's go inside and talk to some of the people who are involved with this. So welcome inside now, my friends. We're going to talk to Mary Rizal. She is Executive Director of the Luzerne and Wyoming Counties Area Agency on Aging. And Mary, let me just say, this is the first time I've been in this place, okay? It's absolutely phenomenal, okay?
It is beautiful.
It is absolutely beautiful. I opened the show by talking about, many people, all their years they work, they try to do the best for their families, then it's time for them to retire, okay? Hopefully retire. But some people, what do I do when I retire? Okay. This is a place where it could supplement some of their activities throughout the day. But before we get into the details, let's talk about what you do and your function with the 16 agencies. I mentioned 17. There's actually 16, correct?
Correct.
So what is it that you do in terms of helping these particular facilities?
Sure. So I am the Executive Director for the Area Agency on Aging for Luzerne and Wyoming counties. So we are a bi-county agency. What we do, our mission is basically to help older adults remain active in the community and stay in their homes as long as possible so that they can avoid, nursing home care, so things like that. So one of the ways we do that is through our active adult centers, like this one. This is one of our most beautiful active adult centers here in the city of Hazleton. We have 5 centers that are multi-service centers like this one, which are open all day. Those centers serve lunch at noon, around noon. They do activities throughout the day so people can come in and out. They can take advantage of the different games that we have here, the different exercise programs. We have health screenings and things like that we'll do for the older adults while they're here. So there's a whole lot of events that happen. We're going to do farmers market voucher distributions here, things like that. So we do special programs too. The sites that are open part-time are open for lunch, and they do a lot of those same activities, but on a more limited basis because they're only open for 4 hours a day.
So what would be the commitment that a person would have to make? Is 60 plus, you're saying?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
And is there a membership fee, or what is the cost?
There is a $5 annual membership fee for those that can afford to pay it. I mean, that is the cost, but if there's someone who can't afford that, they're still welcome to come to the center and use, all of the facilities, and again, take part in all the programs that I mentioned.
In setting up these centers, all right, knowing that you're a senior, this is a place for seniors to come in and enjoy themselves. I saw a couple of people playing cards and who was doing different things, and it's some place for seniors to go and relax and enjoy themselves. Okay, what other kind of things do you offer seniors? Dominic Yanuzzi was showing me some of the areas and offices in case some senior has a concern about different things. You offer services. What other services do you offer?
We do. So what we do is we sort of follow the older adult through like the later years of their life, right?
Yeah.
So after they retire, This is kind of the step one, right? They come to the active adult centers. They're still able to get out. Socialization is very important. For older adults, isolation, can really hurt. It affects their health as well as their mental well-being. So having the centers to come to is huge for them.
Yes.
For the socialization, also for their nutrition. They get, like I said, a hot meal at lunch. So we do that, and then we also are here to help them. Like if they're having a problem, if they may need some additional services, some additional human services, like drug and alcohol, mental health services, anything like that. Our director and our assistant director here do a great job with that. They'll help refer them to those services also so that we can get them the help that they need. We provide in-home services also. So we do things like personal care services, so, help with bathing, grooming, dressing, that kind of thing. Home delivered meals, if they can no longer come to the center to get their meals, we provide those also. There are some environmental modifications. Sometimes they can remain in their home if they just have like a ramp or like a stair glide or something like that. So we'll go out, we'll assess the situation and see if we can help in that way. So again, we can keep them, happy in their homes for as long as possible.
What's fascinating to me is, I've been doing shows a zillion years, but, I never realized how many opportunities are available, in our county and for a lot of people, And you mentioned about, I know that there's a lot of seniors get together with their friends maybe every day and chat and solve the world's problems, etc. But here's a great opportunity where, come every day. It's a beautiful place, and we'll show the viewers. But I didn't realize that there's so many opportunities available for seniors, which I think is absolutely great,
Absolutely. And we do some really great events too. Like we just had a prom, our senior dinner dance, where we had over 300 people that attended. And the seniors really love it. I mean, it's like when you went to the prom, a lot of them they get all dressed up, they have an afternoon out, they get to dance, have a really nice meal. So they really like a lot of the activities that are offered.
Yeah. In terms of additional help, sometimes a senior may have some concerns. And I know you touched on this, but how detailed do you become if they sense there's something, really not happening with a particular senior? Is there an opportunity for that family, to pursue additional help for them, or be able to provide to them the needed resources that they need?
Absolutely. So they can, anyone can make a referral to our agency, especially if it's a situation where there might be an allegation of potential abuse or neglect.
Yes,
I mean, that's
yes.
very important. So someone can call our office and talk to our protective services unit and, tell us about the concern, and then we can investigate it. That's the most serious thing that we would have to do. And a lot of times, especially now, there's a lot of financial exploitation, unfortunately, is probably the highest that it's been. It keeps increasing. I mean, there's also, neglect and things like that, self-neglect if someone just isn't taking care of themselves. So our care managers then would, come in and they would assess the situation and get the individual the help that they need.
And I bring this up because there's a whole array of things that people could do. Okay, I have to compliment you and the county and also the great people that are here for what they do. Now the other thing is this, my friends, they do get grant money. However, there are opportunities that I think are great in supporting the seniors, and I'm going to put on the screen an opportunity for you to make a donation and help the seniors. And now, when we interview Mr. Joe Unuzi, he's going to talk about different naming rights, which I think is great. Anything in closing in your division that you'd like to mention to our viewers?
No, I just want to say, we encourage everyone to come and check out the center. If you have a son or a daughter that you would like to bring, so that they can see what the center is like, to help the older adult get more comfortable, we encourage that too. A lot of times there may be an older adult who's a little nervous, they're a little shy about coming to the center for the first time. So sometimes their son or daughter will bring them, and they'll get to see what it's like, and then they're happy and they want to keep coming. So we love when that happens.
And they get a meal every day.
They do. They get a hot meal every day.
That's the
Absolutely.
greatest thing, you know, for those.
Absolutely.
Well, Mary, keep up the good work, okay?
Thank you very much.
My friends, I'm at the Hazleton Active Adult Center. Stay tuned. We have a lot more to show you. It's great. Remember, if you want to help them out, we're accepting donations. The information is on the screen. We'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. These are the kind of shows I absolutely love. I'm here at the Hazleton Active Adult Center. There are 16 of these agencies, adult centers in Luzerne County, and if you just tuned in, I interviewed Mary Roselle, who is the executive director, talked about all the opportunities that are available to seniors. And as I mentioned in one of the part of the show is that I've been doing these shows for many, many years. In fact, over 6,000 shows I've done. And I learn things all the time. And when I came here today, I didn't realize what is available to seniors. I knew we had help, but this place is absolutely fantastic. $5 membership if you have it, meals every day. It's just fantastic for a senior. Now we're going to learn more about this. We have here the director, Mary Jo Pincala, and the assistant director, Danielle Manganelli. First of all, Mary Jo, and Danielle, congratulations. This is a beautiful place. You're doing a lot of great good for a lot of seniors who worked all their lives and try to enjoy some things out of life, you know, and this gives them an opportunity of doing that, and I love that, okay? So tell me about what you do here, okay? I know you come in, have coffee, fall asleep for the rest of the day.
Well, some do fall asleep.
No, seriously.
It's
so
okay.
Tell me what, you know, you were telling me some great things that the center has to offer.
Well, as Mary mentioned, we provide lunches, hot lunches or cold lunches, and they're monitored by the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture. So they are safe. They have to come in a certain temperature, and we have to serve at a certain temperature so no one gets sick. And it's a good thing. They don't have to worry about, you know, any suspicious food if you want.
I never thought of that.
It's very important.
Yes, that's great.
Our staff in the kitchen are trained, you know, what to do in order to receive the food, get it ready for distribution, and then put it out. And we can only serve it a certain amount of time, and then it can't be served after that. You know, they're very high standards.
What time are your lunches?
We start around 11:30.
Okay, 11:30 to what?
So about, most of them are done about 12:15, 12:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's every day?
Monday to Friday. Okay. And we're closed on like bank holidays, government holidays. Yes.
You're not open weekends?
No,
Okay.
no.
So Monday through Friday, and you open up at 8 o'clock in the morning? Or 8?
We're here to start setting up at 8, and it's open at 8:30 for the members. Okay. And then 3:30 we try to have the members get ready to leave so that we can finish up and walk out.
During that time, and remember members, okay, it's only $5, my friends, and if you don't have the $5, I'm sure they work with you on that. I mean, you just can't beat it for $5. And
No.
There's other amenities that you mentioned, you know, tell me about those amenities.
Okay, well, we have a lot of things to do for the members, which Danielle is going to talk about. What I particularly am proud of is that we do a lot of education for the members and make them aware of what's available to them, like agencies that can help them.
Like Mary was mentioning in the first part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we have students from Wilkes University Pharmacy, students that will come in and they'll freely check over the medication lists of the members who want, and they see if there's any possible bad interactions, and they give them suggestions of what might work better. You know, it's really nice to have those young students come in and intermingle with the members. You know, it's a fun day. We have people come in. Carol Zubris comes in. She's with the Penn State Extension.
Great person.
She's
We know Kara very well.
She's a firecracker,
Yes,
isn't she?
she certainly is, and does a lot of good work.
She does. Currently, she's coming in now to do a series of classes on healthy eating on a budget, because we all know that things are getting tighter now, and especially for the seniors. So we hope that it's helpful for them, to learn how to eat better. If you only have a certain amount of resources, so make the best choices for those resources. We also have artists come in. It was through a special program with the county, and they did things like exercise classes. Jessica Osborne was with us and did a stretch and movement class. She was a rockette. Yeah. So it's great, to hear about that, and then the members, of course, share their stories. That's their favorite activity, is sharing stories and talking, and that's great too. Hazel Drugs comes down once a year to do a shot clinic, and they can get their, like, whatever, pneumonia, flu, COVID shots, even shingles. And so, like, the members don't have to go anywhere. They can come here and get that, and then they're all done, all taken care of. It's great.
And you mentioned that this open to anyone in the area, okay? But you also mentioned that the facilities that are right up the street here, seniors,
Yes.
In the wintertime they could come here. It's warm during the and then sometimes, hopefully soon, we'll get some more warm weather. But they could come here during the day for air conditioning, correct?
Absolutely, yes. On the very, very cold, like extremely cold, dangerous days, they even advertise, the agency advertises that we're a safe place to come,
yes,
to keep warm. And the same goes for the summer when it's very, very hot. A lot of seniors don't have air conditioning, so we encourage them to come down and enjoy that. Just sit and be cool for a few hours.
So Danielle, it's so nice to see you. Okay?
Nice to see you as well.
Danielle's a native. She lives in Pardees. Well, she was born and raised in Pardees. So great people there. Okay, you're the assistant director. So now, tell me about the activities.
Oh, well, my day starts with making the coffee for them when they come in, and then I will arrange rides for them. The ones who aren't in walking distance and aren't fortunate enough to still have their driver's license, they have rides arranged from LCTA, which is Luzerne County Transportation Authority, and they will pick them up at their home and bring them here. So I arrange that for them.
So someone living in Pardeesville,
Yes.
or someone living in Latimer or outside the town, they will provide
Yes.
transportation for them? Mm-hmm. That's fantastic.
Yes, yes. So, and then when they arrive, like Mary Jo said, we will do announcements, let them know what's going on in the county, and if there's anything interesting that they would like to go to. And let's see, we tell them about the day, like what the day is in the history, and whose birthday it is, if there's celebrity birthdays. Yeah. So we get a conversation going that way. And then I'll do some humor.
Is that right? Oh, yeah?
I'll do some humor. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I get claps and sometimes I don't. But it's all in fun.
But you keep them active.
That's right. That's right. And then they'll go on to have lunch. And then after lunch is activities. So we'll play games. It's important for the seniors to keep their physical and cognitive, ability going. So, the games they're a little sneaky, but they don't know it, but it's helping them. So we do bingo, cognitive word games. They love to do crafts. So we'll plan crafts as well. And there's a pool table out there. They love to exercise at the pool table. They love. Yeah. We have air hockey and shuffleboard. They'll play checkers, cards. They love to get a card game going as well. We're trying to get them to do dominoes, but so far no takers. But a puzzle, we'll usually have an ongoing puzzle where sometimes they'll sit and try and put the puzzles together. But they really like to have their conversations.
That's
yes.
that's
their favorite.
Yeah, that's the most. I was going to say camaraderie.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that you have is, thank God, seniors who have most of their health loneliness. You know, if they have, at least they could come here and talk and just share the day with somebody and just be able to converse and camaraderie and then play games and have a lot of fun. So what else is there? I mean, I'm sure you've seen a lot of people come in and that are just looking to talk to somebody, Do you find that,
Sure.
Danya?
Yes, yes, and they love that. They love to have their conversations. Absolutely.
So once again, this is open to anybody who is 60 plus, right? Okay.
And in a resident of Luzerne County.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you provide transportation, all right? You have a hot meal Monday through Friday, okay? And the membership's only $5 if you want to pay the $5. But it's something, my friends, that sometimes you may hesitate, but don't hesitate. And when we talk to Joe Yanuzzi, he'll talk about the fact that there's opportunities here for people to donate and name things after them, such as this beautiful piano is behind me, which is donated by the Pasco Shivo organization. Anything you'd like to say in addition to what we just said?
No. We have parties as well.
What kind of
Yes,
parties?
we have parties as well. Like we
Yes.
just had Mother's Day tea, and they love that as well. And then we had a Father's Day ice cream Sunday social, so they like that as well.
Okay. Now, if someone wants to get involved and find more, okay, is there a phone number they can call or?
Yes. Yes, it is 570-459-1441. And you'll talk to either me or Danielle, and we're not intimidating. If you're not sure and you just want to come down and tour the facility and just see what we have to do, that's fine too. We don't have any strings attached.
Fabulous. Now, my friends, as you're doing the show, you're seeing a lot of the facility here. We're also on YouTube. We're also on our website for those of you who do not have cable. But you may want to, if you see the show, you may want to have someone who is interested in saying, look, your dad or your mom or your aunt or your uncle, this is an opportunity for them to come during the day and they get a hot meal every day, just a great opportunity for them. So spread the word out and let them know what's available to them. Thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Appreciate it.
We're so glad you came.
Yeah, keep up the good work, okay. Well, Dominic Yanuzzi said to me, Junior, he said, Sam, he said, we got to talk about this. And he says, Dominic, I know about it, but when I came here, he says, wow, this is unbelievable. This is great, okay. Tell the people in parties I said hello.
I will.
Okay. We're going to take a break. We'll be back to interview Joe Yanuzzi. Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. I'm doing shows I absolutely love. I'm here at the Hazleton Active Adult Center, and if you just tuned in, I highly advise you, please, tell your friends about the show. We're on the website, ssptv.com. Go to YouTube channel. But you're going to learn so much about what seniors can do, 60 plus, great opportunities. Now, to learn more about this, I have Joe Yanuzzi here, no stranger to this area. Joe is a mayor here and involved in 16,450 committees. And Joe, it's nice to see you. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's why you're so young, Joe. You've been involved with so many things happening. Okay.
It's keep busy. Yeah. Keep busy as you get older.
This place is absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you.
I mean, let's talk about the facility itself and the fact that people could donate and have naming rights. Talk about that stuff.
I'd like to start with, if you don't mind. Sure. This was started by a bunch of politicians prior to 1969, and they collected money and they built this, and they ran it for years. And served the citizens, and it was a citizen. So now the county came in and took over all the interior management, where they serve and they give programs out, and we ended up leasing to them. So we had this building, so they formed a corporation and made a board of directors, and I'm one of the board, and we lease to the county. So everything that the county does, all the management of all the programs in this, they bring them in and do a great job. You talk to them, and we take that lease money and we put it back in the building. You can see what we're doing. We do more than we have coming in lease, because we go out and we get grants, we get donations, and we do all these facilities.
Now, and I'm putting on the screen where you can send your donations to, and I'm putting a phone number up there. If you want to have naming rights, for example, we have the piano here that was the Pasco Scheibel Memorial Fund, or if you want to donate the building or a part of it, it's open for that, and believe me, they need it. Am I correct in saying that?
Absolutely. We want to give the seniors a great experience, place to go, meal for them to eat, and education.
As we're talking, they're seeing the facilities here, and they're seeing all the modern facilities. They have the kitchen and the bathrooms,
Yes.
etc. As first guy. Now, parking is a concern, and we're going to show them now what is going to happen. Hopefully this year. Let's talk about this elevator.
As you know, Main Street and Broad Street, they're almost like 20-foot difference in height. So if parking, we have it at the back, because there's not much on Broad Street. So we have the park in the back, and the seniors have to come in. So rather than them coming down those 15 steps, we have an elevator, which we are going to redo now, because that one's not in service anymore. But it's going to be a big expense, but it's going to be beautiful. That's about $700,000 to do it.
Wow.
And we're getting grants for it, and we're going to be starting it this summer, so hopefully.
And I know, now if someone is interested in helping, because I know a lot of people out there, would love to help the seniors out, okay? And you offer free meals every day, warm meals, just, it's amazing, and help in many other areas, as we learned today. What does one person, what could they, if they want naming rights, for example?
If they wanted to name this foyer room here, or if they wanted to name the community room or whatever, and give a sizable donation for it, we're setting up pricing now, and I think Dominic's phone number is going to be shown, and that's the number to contact, and he'll tell you what we're doing and what you can do. For a donation.
As a board member, I got about a minute left. What is your take on this place, Joe? You've been so involved in the city.
Prior to me, my wife was a board director. I came to all their events, and then she passed, so I stepped in and took her position on the board, and I love it. You can see, it's something to be proud of. We always have something going. Our board's very active, and you can see the projects we want.
And these people have a purpose. They get up in the morning and they have a purpose. They go and see their friends. They come here and just sit down and relax and enjoy. You have a beautiful television set. You have a lot of activities. And that's what I think is the most important thing.
And the staff keeps the
activities
going.
Right. Well, that's good. It's always nice seeing you.
Same here.
Slow down a little bit now, okay? After a while you have to slow down. My friends, this place is absolutely fantastic. There's 16 of these agencies in facilities in the county, and it's the Hazleton Active Adult Center. The phone number, I have two phone numbers. The phone number for naming rights, we're going to put that up. That's the 294-5510. And then for information about this place, like to know. Now, he mentioned about the steps. You don't have to worry. You can drop them right off here in front. You just walk right into the facility. So don't think that you have to come down all these steps if someone's dropping you off. And they have transportation available. That number is 570-459-1441. Take advantage of it. Our seniors deserve it. And most importantly, if you have some additional dollars that you'd like to help seniors up, the address is on the screen. Greater Hazleton Senior Citizen Services Incorporated. Send them a nice donation. Our seniors deserve it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.